What's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a wonderful Father's Day, Juneteenth time. Jumping on here real quick. It's a lot of noise in the background. I hope you can hear me, but anyway. So I had a lot of traffic on my Instagram about an incident that I posted, and I wanted to just post this while it's still fresh in my mind. Because it was just so wild. So I'm at Le Bibliothèque, it's a French restaurant in Buckhead Village shopping center restaurant development area, right off Peachtree. And I'm sat outside. My mom's facing the inside of the restaurant. I'm facing a street with the valet and a row of stores, another restaurant. So we having drinks, we think about what we want to eat, and I'm just monitoring everything that going on, and I see in my peripheral someone starting to walk aggressively, and I was like, oh, what's he doing? And I mean, it was only like a few short paces, but when everybody's just kind of like walking leisurely, when one person starts breaking out. So I looked, and it was a white man, and he put his hand out, and he choked this Middle Eastern man. So the white man was probably maybe 6 feet tall. The valet was probably 5'4", 5'3". And so when he put his arm out, his neck was right there, and he choked him up, and then he choked him up again, and then he just took his hand and he slapped him in the face. And boom! It was like a punch, but it was like an open hand punch, like kind of like a bitch made punch, just to be honest. But it was just like it was hard, and so the way that he struck him, I seen the man's face, like, you know what I'm saying, you know how it looked. So I was like, damn. And so my mom was like, what? And she trying to turn around and see it. And so then there was this black girl, and she was like, no, you are not gonna assault a working man on his job, because he's waiting for a valet. And so then his Ferrari comes up, his black Ferrari comes up, and he was just like, the whole time he was trying to ignore the girl, and she was just kept getting louder and louder, and other people were starting to walk up, and then she stood between him and his Ferrari. That's when she was like, you're not leaving. You just assaulted this man on his job, this working man. You assaulted him on his job when it's a busy Saturday night. You're not leaving. And she stood there in front of his Ferrari until there was like a police officer that's for the area. Like, I don't think he had no handcuffs or nothing, but he was like right there. So by the time he got there, and then like a few minutes later, all of this, it all happened so slow. Like, it was so crazy. It's like everybody was moving in slow motion. And it took a while, then her car came, and she was like, don't let him get away with this. Y'all need to wait till the police come. Y'all, but other people were like saying stuff too, but like she stood between him and his Ferrari door, because he was going to drive off. He really choked that man out, slapped him, did that, and was about to get in his car. And he had a little girl with him too, and she was on her phone the whole time, like this real skinny girl. And yeah, so it was so crazy. So then we get our food, and I'm still like, everybody's coming over to me to ask me what happens too. Like, the girl's like, you black? What happened? So I was like, y'all, it was so crazy. So we get our food. I wasn't even really hungry anymore. I just wanted to know what's going to happen. And so I went over to talk to the cop, and the cop was like, oh, he went inside to like the another restaurant or a hotel or something. I was like, he better not be leaving. Oh, but then there were these Muslim girls, and they saw that the guy was Muslim, and they stayed there they just stood behind him, and he stopped working. He stood off to the side because we were waiting for police. It took more than an hour for one Atlanta police officer to come, and only one cop came. So they were like, it's not emergency, blah, blah, blah. But when he had went inside the building, I went over to the cop to ask if they were going to arrest him. And I was like, why did he get to leave? And they were like, no, I have his ID. He's not going anywhere. He went to use the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. And so that's what happened. And, but yeah, the police came, people made statements, and I just can't even imagine what it would feel like to think that you can do that to somebody. Like, to even think that it's okay for you to put your hands on somebody, that's a level of entitlement that I've like never even fathomed. Like, just violating somebody, you know, on their job. Like, anybody who's ever worked a job, any working person knows, like, you like at your most vulnerable when you at work. You trying to do right, you trying to get move forward. You know, like, how could you disrespect someone on their job? Like, I don't care if you flipping burgers or if you on Wall Street, you know what I'm saying? Like, you treat people with respect on the job. Like, you don't assault them. Like, just walk up and just assault them. And then so the girls who were talking to the guy, because they said his English wasn't good, so they were helping him, like, you know, get everything situated how it needed to be. They said that the man offered him $3,000 just to act like it didn't happen and walk away. And he said nope. And when the police came, they asked him, what did he want to happen? He said, I want to press full charges and I want him to be arrested. And I was so happy. I was so happy. We all came together, like everybody, because even when he was getting arrested, it was another white guy that was like, yo, you a piece of shit. Like, why would you do that? You are a disrespectful bitch. And the guy just was laughing. He was just chuckling, you know, like, he was on the phone the whole time while they were waiting for the police. Like, it was just affluenza, entitlement, you know. So, but just wanted to tell the story of what happened. That's about it. So check me out. I'll be on here. I'm gonna post this. I gotta go because my phone's getting hot and I'm waiting to get a table at brunch. But appreciate y'all. I'll be back on here. I like YouTube. This is my favorite app.